We'll now move on to housing and local government, and that will include the contemporary issue subject group on housing. And first I'd like to ask Christine Shawcroft to move the housing section of the report on behalf of the Policy Commission.
Thank you very much, Chair. Comrades, I think housing is one of the most important issues before us at this conference. Everybody needs a roof over their heads, but only Labour is committed to helping them to get it. I'm proud of the work of the Policy Commission. We've been brilliantly supported by our policy officers. They've helped us to work with ministers, with the CLPs and the unions that have brought this issue forward to conference again and again. We've worked with campaigning organisations like Defend Council Housing, the Labour Housing Group, and I think the report is one that we can all be proud of, and I certainly am. We've seen great progress over the last year. In the budget, Alistair Darling announced £100 million in support for new build council housing. In June, Gordon Brown announced a £1.5 billion package to deliver an additional 20,000 affordable, energy-efficient homes over the next 2 years, and at least 11,000 of those are going to be social rented homes. Now, this much-needed boost of the construction industry, it's been estimated it's going to provide 45,000 jobs. I mean, we really need them right now. Councils now have got access to social housing grant, which previously was only available to housing associations. And, of course, in addition, there's been a whole raft of measures to help people who are struggling with mortgage repayments, helping them to keep their homes, to stay in their own homes. But we know the Tories would put the clock back for housing. They would wreck everything that Labour's done. They'd abolish government housing targets. They oppose new housing developments. Boris Johnson has said he'll lie down in front of bulldozers. I hope he means it. And I hope they don't stop. They would attack security of tenure. And as we've seen from councils, Tory councils all over the country, they would decimate social housing, and they would leave those on low incomes to the mercies of the slum landlords. Now, Gordon Brown has rehabilitated Peter Mandelson, but David Cameron would bring back Peter Rackman. Now we need to build on all the progress that we've made. We need a massive programme of new build, high quality, sustainable social housing. We need to meet our carbon reduction targets and give people much needed help with housing bills by retrofitting homes with proper insulation. We need to use our stake in the banks to prevent repossessions and help people keep their homes. We need to boost the not-for-profit and the mutual sector in housing. And of course, to do all this, we need the re-election of a Labour government. We can't let the Tories wreck what we've done and what we've still got to do in housing. We can and we must win the next election, and our housing policies are the ones that are going to help us do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Before I ask Keith Birch to speak to the local government section, could I ask the Labour Housing Group to be ready to move the contemporary issue on housing, and South Shields to be ready to second? So if you could come forward to the desk.